Hi, guys. Welcome to some more Real Talk Dog Talk. I'm Tori.
And I'm Barb.
For those of you who haven't joined us before, if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at realtalkdogtalk@yahoo.com.
And if you are a regular listener and or emailer, we love hearing from you. Keep those emails coming in.
Yes.
Speaking of emails.
Okay.
There was one email that we talked about last time that was an individual that had troubles with their dog being destructive after moving.
Yes. Yep.
And, I did mention that, if you take a step back, put them in the crate, kind of reintroduce them, kind of go back to square one.
Yeah.
That was my initial response to that, but I was thinking about it this week, and actually another thing that can really be helpful, and I've actually witnessed it, is thunder shirts, or as Tori calls them, storm vests.
Storm vest.
I was trying to talk to you about it earlier, and she kept referring to it as storm vests.
I could not remember for the life of me.
So I don't know if you're going to Google it, what you'll get if you listen to Tori. But those thunder shirts can be very effective as long as you don't, you kind of want to use them intermittently, not leave them on them all the time.
Yeah.
So that is one thing that is another suggestion. I got to thinking about it this week, and I thought, gosh, I never even mentioned that.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Also, my son just wraps our dogs in his own blankets.
Right.
So if you have a child, you could try that as well.
Right.
Don't know how.
Wrap the child or the dog?
Well, it depends on who's got the issue. I mean,
so everybody.
yeah. Just get a really big one.
I'm getting a visual on a family all sitting around wrapped up in blankets.
Datrix, lucky I haven't done that because now I've got ideas. Okay.
Well, your aunt tried, her boys were fighting, and she was going to wrap them in bubble wrap.
Oh. Well, that sounds like it. I know you used to make us sit on the couch together.
And hold hands.
Yeah. What kind of... That is...
And then when you got old enough that you resisted when I said you sit on the couch and hold hands for 5 minutes.
Then you had to sit between us and make us hold hands.
Yeah. Yep.
It was ridiculous. Now, do you know what I saw? Is moms are buying giant, like, real big T-shirts and just making both the kids be in the T-shirt.
Oh, that's just weird, though.
Yeah.
That's too much contact for me.
I would not have made it.
No. Travis would have farted.
Oh, man.
And gassed you out of there.
That, Michael would have probably started spinning. Trying just really getting that centrifugal force going.
Yeah.
Anyway, but, you can DIY it, too, I guess, if you want to try that. But, those storm vests are actually a really good idea.
Yeah, no, the thunder shirts. They are actually called thunder shirts.
Thunder shirts. I still didn't get it right.
No.
Oh,
anyhow, it can soothe the dog, so you don't put them on them, leave it on them all the time. But that also is a suggestion if you have a dog that's having troubles coping with its environment, or fireworks, or anything along that line.
I thought of Ivan, which obviously he's passed, so we can't use the one on him. But
yeah, the thunder. Or should I say the storm vests are not effective on dead dogs.
No.
So, yeah.
He didn't like fireworks, so I wonder if it would have worked.
But it may have. If they make him that big, yes. He was a Great Pyrenees.
He was quite large. He was on the big end of those kinds of dogs, too.
Yes, he was.
So
anyway. They might be effective for a number of different needs.
Yeah. Check them out. I'm sure there's different brands and all that,
too. Do some Googling. Do your research.
That's right. Don't just take our word for it.
We like to think we know it all, but the reality of it...
Well, then we'd be perfect, wouldn't we?
Something like that,
yeah. Anyway, okay. So, I'll get back on track here.
Okay.
Lawn safety.
Yes.
I do lawn work with some of my dogs outside,
Yes.
sometimes, depending on the day.
Yeah.
Are there safety tips?
Well, I don't know what they got on the internet, but, there's some stuff that is just kind of common sense.
And I think that's probably because I think a lot of people probably don't have their dogs outside when they're doing yard work. I do because that's just more opportunity for me and my dogs to be outside together. And I think that's good for everybody.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
Yeah.
Because, I have this little issue. I have a deck.
Right.
It's not a huge deck, but it's lower to the ground. And all my dogs like to dig up the dirt and lay in the coolness in the summer.
Yes.
And very often I find rocks in my yard from it. And they can be little ones the size of a quarter, and some of them are as big as like a tennis ball.
Yeah. Well, they carry them around like toys.
Yeah, they do.
It's ridiculous. I'm like...
So I do not, because I'm always afraid of, like, if I'm mowing with just a lawnmower, the chute on the side, I worry about rocks flinging out and hitting one of the dogs.
Yeah, well, and that's a good point, too. I don't really have that same issue, but it is something to be careful of, for sure, because, I found rocks in my yard, too, but...
Where did they come from?
It's real hard to say. Pretty sure my dogs are taking them from the rock bed by the garage and probably playing with them as well.
You know what some people call those rock beds?
What's that?
Flower beds.
Oh, there's no flowers in it. Just rocks. No, thank you. Okay. I just like rocks.
Okay. There must be, isn't there like some sort of Chinese rock garden thing?
Yeah, you know what?
Is that what it is?
I just gotta get I should stand my rake up in it.
That'd do it.
Yeah,
that
ta-da.
Yeah.
Really finish it off.
But, something as simple as lawn mowing, I think you just have to be careful. We used to have a dog that would, she popped the tire on a wheelbarrow because I was pushing it through the yard. Her name is irrelevant. But she would bite at tires on lawnmowers, on anything.
Yes.
I was really glad it was just the wheelbarrow and not the lawnmower she did. But she bit that thing and she just popped it.
She's really strong. She was boxer. She was so she was not the biggest dog we had, but man, she was strong. And I have a Jim who he's my problem dog in the yard.
Yeah.
He chases the vacuum inside too.
Right.
As soon as I have the lawnmower out, he's chasing it. But so he absolutely never, whether I'm weed whacking or mowing or anything involving any sort of tools outside that make noise, Jim's not allowed.
So he's not Jim the Tool Man?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Well,
I think I think you have to assess that, but, really be careful when you're out doing yard work. That they don't come up and, surprise you and end up getting injured. Mm-hmm. Even like my dogs absolutely hate the weed whacker.
Oh, yeah.
When that thing starts going, they want to get it. And that would, oh my gosh, that could do some damage if I had my dogs out. And even if I'm outside the dog fences, the weed whacking just makes them go crazy. They just hate that thing. So it doesn't even have to be near them. But, if I'm working outside the dog area, then I don't worry so much about that. But I'm still cautious of the lawnmower blowing something bad. It could even be a stick or something.
Well, that's the thing. If you think about it, I'm sure everybody's been mowing and had something shoot out of their lawnmower, whether it's I've had dog toys I didn't notice. They're kind of down in the grass and... they've shot out sticks, rocks. You name it. You just really that's dangerous for people too. But dogs, they're not watching out for that. Right. So you got to do the looking for them.
Yeah. Well, I think too, you have to be careful if you're spraying chemicals
Yeah.
on your yard. There's a few things you have to think on there. One, just keeping them, dogs are like kids.
Yeah.
You just have to keep things up and put away.
Right.
And so, pesticides or fertilizers or anything like that, you just need to make sure that they're put up out of reach, which if you have big dogs, think real hard on that one because they seem to be able to reach just about anything.
I have to put things above my own line of sight because I'm short.
Yeah.
And they're just about on their hind legs. I mean, the top of the fridge, it's a good place to put things. I mean, garage where they can't get into it.
Well, even spraying the pesticides.
Right.
I think you have to really do some reading on the labels and serious research so they aren't getting it on their paws, licking their paws, ingesting it, breathing it in, anything like that. My yard, I actually, that's a personal battle I'm going to wage this summer is I have some serious thistles out there.
And where they came from, I don't even know.
I've never had them till last summer.
Yep.
And suddenly I've got these giant thistles, but I can't spray.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of these nasty weeds. And I even have some cockleburs coming up in some random places.
Oh,
so
great.
I don't know where they came from either. I was talking to a friend of mine who's a very active gardener, and I asked her where they came from, and she said birds, squirrels, mice, dogs, anything. And I thought, so basically you're screwed.
Right, because you get rid of those, something else is going to bring them back then.
Well, and too, I make dandelion jelly.
Yeah.
And you can make other dandelion things. You can make wine. I've never made it. I don't really drink. So, I don't really want to kill all my weeds, just the nettles.
Right.
And cockleburs and these thistle things that are coming up. But
well, and it's so weird because, again, you lived there for quite some time. So
like 15 years.
Yeah. So even
Has it been that long?
I've lived up here 15 years. So yeah.
Anyhow, so you be super careful with those pesticides. You don't want to end up having a sick or dead dog, honestly.
Well, and I'm sure there might be some DIY solutions out there. I would be careful with those and just make sure that any ingredients that you are using are safe for dogs. I would do extra checking into that. You don't want to just take somebody's word on it and then your dog end up being sick anyway.
Yeah.
Especially when that's what you're trying to avoid in the first place. But,
well, and, this sounds harsh, but if it kills them, it's done.
You can't go back.
So be real careful with your research on that.
You don't want to learn that one the hard way. I wouldn't. So, that would be really sad. So
I would not be happy with that at all.
No.
I always think of, I always chuckle. I read various articles, sometimes in downtime at work, or I'm just sitting around being lazy. I'll be reading articles, and I always chuckle at the people that say, oh, make sure your yard is free of sticks. And I'm thinking, that's what my dogs play with.
We literally was it last night or the night before? I was trying to picking up some stuff in my yard. I got 2 huge trees. Branches are always come down because they're half alive, half dead.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Yeah.
Forget it. I have to lock the dogs up and hide the wheelbarrow full of sticks just to get the picked up, because as soon as they see that, they're like, oh, she made a pile for us. Well, I'm pretty sure.
Well, and little Jojo there, I've been working with her more. She's still available, and she is a rock dog. She loves rocks, and she'll chew on them. And so when she goes under the deck to get cooled down, I'll hear her crunching away on a rock. So I have to lure her out and get that out of her mouth. But, it is a good idea to, eliminate as much debris in the yard as you can.
Right.
And obviously you can't get rid of everything.
That's that. Well, and especially if you're going out there to mow, you know, the grass is going to be longer. You're going to miss some stuff. Tito, he pretty much will eat anything if he has access to it, and it's chewable, fits in his mouth. He'll eat it. So I am constantly taking things. He'll bring things from inside that I don't realize are in his mouth until we're outside. So they bring things outside that I don't even know, and you don't always notice them drop it, or, you know, there's toys out in my yard for dog toys.
Yeah.
I just leave them out there sometimes because I'm like, well, whatever.
You know, my sister was up one time, years ago, and she was going to pick up my yard.
Oh.
And she kept picking up stuff that my dogs play with. And she thought was garbage, and I'm like, whoa. What
are you doing?
They like that.
Yeah. I know it looks like garbage. My dog, they love pop bottles.
Yep.
You'll see chewed up pop bottles or, well, pretty much just pop bottles. But, I mean, I'm sure anybody that would come into my house would see that on the floor and think, oh, we should pick that up. No, don't.
You know what my dogs love is milk jugs.
Oh, yep.
They like to pounce on and make them flip.
Yeah.
So
it's like a bigger pop bottle, better, you know.
Yeah, I think it makes. Well, I was gonna say it probably makes more noise because it's bigger, but I actually don't think so. I think pop bottles are really crunchy and annoying.
They really are, and man, if you've ever stepped on one, it's like a Lego. It's like stepping on a Lego, but worse. It's terrible.
Yeah. But, you know, keeping your pet safe, you don't want them ingesting that, you know, that whatever they're chewing on has to go through their digestive system. And
right.
That can wreak havoc with them. So it's a good idea to try to keep your yards clear of
anything.
Miscellaneous debris that might look fun, but actually is dangerous. Yeah. You know, I say that reluctantly because I know my dogs like to play with it.
Yeah.
I even, you know, my bonfire area, you know, I'll burn some wood and they'll find a piece that after it's cooled down, they'll find a piece of log that's burned on one end and they really want that log. So, I mean, it's hard to just say no to everything because I know, and, you know, my dogs are bigger dogs, so they'll carry around a 1.5 long log and think it's some sort of toy, but
yeah, I can't keep if there's anything left, like pieces of anything in the fire pit, they're gonna take it.
Yeah.
If it's burnt, they seem to really like anything burned.
They do. I don't know if that's healthy for them.
I've read that people eating burned stuff is healthy, which I don't.
That's why you kids grow up so good.
Yeah, that's why I'm so tall and big and strong.
It's all that burned food I gave you. I was tricky about it, though. I always put the burn side down.
Yeah, we didn't know it till we took a bite.
And as they got older, they flipped it over.
We knew better. We figured it out at a certain point.
Another thing that's probably a good idea, and I don't know. You know, you got to keep your equipment put away when you're not using it.
Yeah.
I have had several lawnmowers that they've chewed their pull cord in half.
Yeah.
And I'll walk out and there's no way to start it.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, I will say they haven't done that to mine, but which is interesting because my lawnmower, I think it has a stick on it. They love sticks.
I've replaced a few of those rubber handles with sticks.
Yeah. Sometimes it works. It works fine, actually.
Yeah.
But I heard a strange noise around the corner, and I did not put my equipment away.
Uh-oh.
And here comes Tito carrying my weed whacker. I'm like, whoa. Whoa.
Come, Mom, look what I found.
I'm like, okay, well, not for you. Please don't eat that. But he was so happy, and he was like, wagging himself, all of him, and just I had to chase him a little bit for that.
It's hard when they do something like that because it's really kind of funny but naughty all at once.
And he's so adorable. Like, he was so proud of that. A whole weed whacker, okay? He was like, look, Ma, I got a weed whacker. And he will run. He wants to play. So,
I'm getting a visual on your dog running around with a weed whacker in his mouth and you chasing him.
I tried throwing a stick because I was like, oh, I'll distract him. Yeah, right. He knew what he had. Okay. It was like, no way. So, let that be a lesson to you. Learn from my mistake. Okay.
Put weed whackers away. Well,
Right.
actually, I have my weed whacker hanging in the dog building, and Zeus is, I don't know if he's doing it on purpose or if it's like, I haven't seen that thing in a long time or what, but he has been running up to it and like body wagging or possibly body slamming it and knocking it off the hook.
Oh.
So I'm not sure what he's doing, if he's trying to be a smart guy or if he's accidentally doing that. I don't know yet.
With him, it's hard to say.
Yeah, he's kind of on the go.
He's a little bit of a nut.
Yeah.
In a good way. We love him. I want to be his friend so bad. I do.
Tori has a bad habit of overexciting the dogs because
I'm overexcited.
she wants to love them all, so she thinks she's got to baby talk to them, and
I do, and I will. Not to him though, because he will love me too much.
He will knock her down.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. So, I gotta be careful with Zeus. But hey, maybe he's saying, you know what? I'll help you. Let me help weed whack.
Zeus?
Yeah.
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 I think he is pretty worried about the yard work.
Probably. I mean,
I am, my yard is a little overgrown right now.
we got a broken lawnmower situation.
I have a broken lawnmower, and we have a purchase prospect happening.
Yes.
But one of the worst things about it is the dogs will go running through it and trip.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
The grass must get caught around their feet, but we're hoping to get that.
Well, and actually with that too, make sure you're picking up any strings, cords, wires, anything like that.
Heck yeah.
'Cause they could trip on that. Or other things. I mean, they could get tangled up and, stuck.
Yep.
You never know. Dogs are actually, it's a kind of impressive, some of the situations they get themselves in. So, the possibilities are endless. Okay? You never know.
Yeah, I think it's, I think about it, and, it's so strange to me. If I leave things on my kitchen counter, the dogs will get it down and shred it.
Yeah.
I know that's making it sound like my dogs are naughty, and they're not really, just doing that. But if I have dishes sitting on the sink or next to the sink, they won't touch them.
Yeah.
So there's just things outside that you might think are something that they would get into or have, somehow get into a stressful situation with, tangling up or eating or whatever. And they might never, ever touch it.
Right.
But I think you have to just make sure to just be diligent and keep everything up and out of the way. One time with Taz, it actually was pretty serious. He was in his dog run, and I had been at work. So when I came home, we had a dog run that was chain link. So I ran chicken wire at the bottom.
Yep.
To keep anything little from getting in and out, trying to keep everything separated.
Yeah.
And somehow Taz got a piece of wire wrapped around both of his back legs.
Oh my gosh.
And it looked to me like he initially, as I was unwinding it, And actually, Cody came home with me that day, and it took both of us to get him untangled.
Oh my
but it
gosh.
appeared to me that his furry tail had gotten tangled in it, which I could see that because he's a happy wagging tail guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he just started like fighting it and got it wrapped around his legs or what happened, but he had been there for some time like that.
Oh my goodness.
So it's not just about what you're leaving in the yard, but you want to make sure that outdoor dog runs are also, there's no pieces of wire hanging loose or anything that they can get tangled in.
Yep. Well, and that's any sharp edges on anything that could poke them. If they got a wound that you didn't know about and that got infected, that could be bad also.
Yeah.
Anything they could possibly step on too. You want to just make sure any area for them for sure is totally clear of anything they could get hurt on.
Well, and you can be the best dog owner in the world, and things happen.
They do.
You just have to be careful and double check with stuff.
Right.
And if your dog does get into something you're unsure of and you're kind of concerned, you don't know if they really ate it or didn't eat it or if a wire wrapped around something, make sure to have your vet check on it and see that they're okay. We always encourage people to contact the professionals in their areas.
Yep.
We don't ever want a dog injured or sick because somebody took our word for it.
Well, exactly, yeah.
So make sure to always check.
Every time. Yep. I mean, it's like you say, it's like children. And that's, putting things away, keeping the yard cleaned up. Think about what you do for a kid. Essentially, you want to make sure that it is totally safe, toddler safe for your dogs.
Child and dog proof.
Yes, exactly.
I actually probably have things set up better for dogs at my house than I do my grandkids.
Oh, me too, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my kid's going to be 12 soon. So, I don't really have... I guess I did babysit. You were shocked.
Tori doesn't like kids.
No. So. I don't. Most of them are just annoying and rude.
They definitely are now.
Yeah. So, Those girls aren't too bad. I kind of like them. They're a little sassy, but that's all right. I can deal with a little bit of sass, but the youngest one is 5, or 6. But, she's not a baby. Anyway, but yeah, you think about that. Think about, kids and dogs, and if it's safe for a kid, it's probably going to be just fine for the dog too. So,
I saw a reel.
Oh boy.
And this little baby, those plastic knob things they put on so you have to squeeze it to turn the doorknob?
Yep.
Well, this little guy, I think is a little boy, if I'm remembering right, walked up to it and took a hold of the plastic part that was on the doorknob and just tore it in half and then opened the door. And, Tori used to hate when I compared dogs and kids.
I used to, but I get it now.
Yeah. But just because you think it's dog proof does not mean it will work. So when you do things around your home to make sure your dogs are safe, you might want to kind of be a little bit on alert to make sure it's actually going to work.
For sure. Well, I have an older house and my bathroom door doesn't always latch, so you kind of got to jiggle the handle, which I keep that closed because they'll drink out of the toilet. They try and get into the little trash I have in there. It's just better to just keep that door closed. And both Tito and Enzo really like going in there.
I know we went to the bathroom earlier.
Yeah, well, Enzo, he's going to help you.
Yeah,
okay?
Oh, that was great.
Yeah. But I'll be sitting on the couch and they'll walk by and someone will headbutt the door. So they're just trying to get in. And it won't work, so they'll go lay down and 5 minutes later they'll do it again. I mean, they're really, I don't have to childproof it, but it's literally just jamming his head into it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they'll do whatever they have to get into it.
Well, Ivan, our Great Pyrenees, used to do that. He always used his head to. We had a 6-foot chain link fence around our yard, and he would just run at the bottom and just plow through it with his head. And when I'd go out to call him back in the house, because he was a house dog,
He was.
I would just look for where there was a tuft of fur.
Yeah.
Attached to the bottom of the fence, and I'd know which direction he went.
Yeah, he was crazy. He could get out of pretty much anything. It was kind of surprising because he was quite large.
He was. He used to. I used to, when we lived in the country.
Yeah.
We lived in a small town with him for most of his life.
Yes.
But when we first got him, he was. We lived in a farmhouse in the middle of nowhere, really.
Yep.
And we couldn't fence the yard because it was a rental, so I had to put him on a cable outside.
Yeah.
And he could get the collar off by simply putting his head down, and he would stand there. He was super calm. He didn't fight it, and he would just shake his head super slow. And little at a time, that collar would just like go over his ears and drop off.
Yeah.
And, you'd go out to bring him back in, and there would be the collar and the cable intact, just laying on the ground. And, he was gone.
He'd bring back a deer leg once in a while.
Yeah, he brought body parts back.
Yeah.
We didn't really look into that too far because I don't think I wanted to know.
He was a great dog, too, because we'd go back off in the acreage there and explore, because that's what you did when we were growing up, and he'd just be right there with us, and tootling a lot. He would, if he started acting like there was something, we just all headed back.
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't need to find out. Okay.
Yeah.
But
so
he was super great. Yeah,
he really was.
So,
but in town we had a fence.
Yes.
So
yeah, that was a lot easier. He still got out.
Yeah, he did.
But he was just checking it out.
He did. He pretty much just kind of checked the perimeter of town.
Yeah.
And then I always found him up at the neighbor's house, laying there over looking
top of the hill.
Town.
Yeah. It was funny, too, because that was like the biggest point in the town, and just...
Yeah, he'd lay up there, and the neighbor would call. His name was Ed, and he'd say, "Hey, Barb, Ivan's up here." And I'd look out the front door, and he would be laying there just looking over the town. I think he felt like that was his herd or something.
Yeah.
He is just
checking
everything out.
He knew the neighbor kids that we played with. Ed, he was around enough where I think he was familiar with him, and of course he used his yard. I think he definitely was just like, this is my area.
Yeah, he never really, it wasn't like a runaway, like, I'm going to escape.
No.
It was, and we did get some tickets for him.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Well, they were buttheads. They should have been lucky they had Ivan around, okay? No one's safer with that guy around, okay?
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, he's, so they can do anything, really, no matter how big
or little.
Or small. Yeah.
They're stinkers.
They really are. They'll figure it out if they want to. So, if you think they can't, they can. Okay.
Yeah. That's why, when you try something new, it's a good idea to kind of be around to see if it's effective or not.
Never trust it.
I know, and the thing is doing yard work is kind of like a great, it's an activity. I like doing yard work. I might not know it by looking at my yard, but I like being outside and getting yard work done, and then I feel good when it's done. It's a great time to have the dogs out with you, but I think you just have to make sure to, be aware. I don't even blow my lawnmower at my house.
Right.
Because I'm afraid of a rock coming out and breaking a window or, the vinyl siding.
Yeah.
So, just got to be careful with the lawn mowing, the weed whacking, the debris. I don't know what to say about debris. It's a good idea, but it's, if you have big old trees around you, it's almost impossible to keep that clear. Gabby and Bolo are always fighting over logs.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you really just got to do the best you can. But Betsy and Tito, last night they had a log. I mean, it was probably maybe 4 feet long and, decent size. But here Tito comes, well, but then Betsy wants it. So then they've each got an end, and it looks like they're running along together, but really what you don't know is they're fighting. Okay, you both want it. So, but yeah, they just do the best you can. I don't think anyone's gonna find every single thing, especially if you have dogs.
Well, I have a little stack of smaller log, about foot long and maybe 3-inch in diameter logs that Gabby has tried to bring in the house, and they're in the front room there.
It's funny. I have one from Tito.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, they come running in with them, and you gotta bob and weave and grab and get it from them. They're not quite so compliant all the time.
Otherwise, you're going to be doing yard work in the house. Okay.
It's true. It is true.
I've stepped on stick pieces. Mm-hmm. They brought rocks in, small rocks.
Hey.
Okay.
This is totally off topic.
All right, let's hear it.
We have talked about this before.
Okay.
Karma's going through a little separation from her babies.
Yes.
And she chewed on a cupboard corner.
Ooh. That's naughty.
It was naughty, and I was torn because, yes, it's naughty, but I know she's struggling with separating from her babies that are left. She wants to be in with them.
Yeah.
But I tried cayenne pepper on my furniture.
How'd it work?
Well, the first night, she still seemed like she wanted to chew on it. See, this cabinet is right by the gate where you go into the puppies.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's what it's about. And she hasn't done that before. So she still kind of did it after I put the cayenne pepper on. So I thought, well, that's weird. And so I put a lot on it.
Okay.
And she has not touched it.
Oh, that's too spicy.
Yeah. So I think if you're going to use cayenne pepper as a chew deterrent, you have to use a substantial amount.
Okay.
Now, I put a bunch in the palm of my hand and tasted it.
Oh. And
it burns your tongue.
Oh.
But I don't really smell it. Like, I've tried Tabasco sauce.
Yeah, that stinks.
And that, my whole house smelled like a Mexican restaurant.
Right, yeah.
Just using it in the porch. But the cayenne pepper doesn't smell as much.
Okay.
And it does seem to deter them, but you got to make sure to use enough.
I'm going to have to keep that in mind. I'm just going to have smelly shoes, I guess.
Cayenne pepper in your shoes.
They won't leave my dang shoes alone.
I hope you don't get athlete's foot or some sort of, I don't know, something.
Maybe the spicy will keep the athlete's foot away as well.
Oh. Do you have athlete's foot?
No.
Okay.
But I might never have it now. Well, I'm old enough. It is possible, but you would think I would have come across it by now.
Yeah.
But, probably smell better than what my feet smell like now. Or make it worse, actually, now that I say that.
I don't know. Cayenne pepper doesn't have a real strong smell. I was, as I was dousing my furniture with it, I was surprised that it didn't smell more.
Well, that's interesting. I'm going to have to try that.
And Ziggy was a little put off by it as well.
Really?
Yeah.
He doesn't really chew on furniture, though, but he likes his toys. He loves his...
He just carries them around.
Right. He's not... Yeah, he didn't chew on them.
He's really not a chewer. I don't have troubles with that.
Unless he gets something out of the sink. He's chewed up spatulas.
I believe I got a knife that the handle is chewed on.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who did it.
I know Karma, she's...
Naughty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, these guys... Well, my dogs are terrible. I love them all, don't get me wrong, but if they can reach it and I've left it out, they will get it. Okay.
Well, I know, Facebook is kind of something I do more than you, but I don't know if you saw the post of that. You sent me that picture of paw prints on your stove.
Yes. Gee, I wonder what happened. I don't know. Not a dog on my clean counter. My clean stove.
Not the the stove, not the counter.
Oh, right. I should have taken a picture of that too.
Oh, they got that as well.
It's all along the whole thing. I mean, it
Oh.
goes from the sink along to the corner onto my stove to in front of the toaster.
Well, I'm a little. I never load my dogs up on water just before I go to work,
Yeah.
and that is one thing that Karma and Ziggy both do. Is they try to drink out of the sink,
Oh, yep.
and I have a white sink.
Yeah.
So I get the footprints there as well.
Yeah. Tito's bad about he likes to drink out of the sink, whether it's that I like to fill up my sink sometime with like soapy water, and I'll dust with that and then go over it with, dusting pledge or whatever. Anyway, and I really can't do that with Tito around, because as soon as I walk out of that kitchen, he is trying to drink that water, and tell you what, it's not gonna kill them. It's not great for them because he ends up with the runs, but I mean,
It's all that soap.
yeah, quit drinking soapy water. I mean, goodness sakes. Anyway, but yeah, they are, if they can reach it, they will get to it. Tito is horrible about, he's probably the worst one for getting on the counter, sink, stove, any of that. So,
Well, something in my yard that is kind of an ongoing issue, and you have helped me with it.
mhm.
I don't know exactly how good it is for my dogs, but my sump pump tube comes out,
Yeah,
and I have an ongoing battle. The dogs like to pull that apart and then chew up that black accordion type hose
yes.
that comes out of the basement, and they drink that water. Now that is something that if I could change in my yard, I think that is not good for them. I don't think any like mud puddles where you have standing water
Right.
is actually very good for them either. And I will have fresh water right on the deck. I mean, I literally fill that up every time someone goes outside.
Yep.
So it's always fresh water, and they will always go drink that skunky water that comes out of the basement.
It's their version of flavored water.
It might be, but I think there is dish soap in that, or laundry soap, because probably
Yeah.
dish soap too, because my sink goes out there. But
Yeah.
my laundry soap goes through all that and out there, and we actually have it. You and I worked on that a week or so ago, 2
Yeah.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it seems to be working right now. But you might want to look at any standing water you have in your yard
Right.
and see, what the source is. Is it just rainwater that you're okay with them drinking, or
Yeah.
is it coming from your basement or your washing machine? But that is an ongoing battle that I have in my yard.
Mhm.
That is really frustrating, because I think they know they're tearing it apart, and then the water shoots out and they can just have free access to it.
Right, which again is ridiculous because they get fresh water every time they go out anyway, but something about that hose really just draws them in, because we've been working on, we've been trying to figure out a solution to keep that from being tempting, I
Yeah.
guess, to them for
Yeah.
some time now. And
Oh,
I feel confident about it this time, knock on wood. But
it's lasted a week or two here now,
Yep.
and they've shown some interest in it. But I actually bought some water resistant tape that I'm going to put around the joints, the seams,
Yeah.
to make sure no drips come out, because I think that kind of initiates it.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
those mud puddles that are in your yards are something to check into, to make sure that there isn't any kind of soaps, bleach, anything bad,
Right.
pesticides. could be draining off into that
Mhm.
area. So
Well, and I'm in town and I really don't have a ton of standing water in my yard. Like when it rains really hard, there's
yeah,
a couple puddles here and there, but it's really not too bad. Spring is bad because there's a spot that doesn't get sun very much. Anyway, that's a different story. But I think about, stray cats being in that water and drinking out of it. I mean, whatever kind of wildlife might be in there, which I know that's other animals, whatever, but I also think, what are they bringing to that water that my dogs are drinking?
right.
I mean, you just don't know what they've been into or anything like that. So that is something I think, just because again, there's a lot of strays in this town.
Yeah.
So it's just something that I think of probably more often than some people do with their animals, but
Well, that's also another area of yard care that you might want to check into, is what the source is for your standing water.
For
I
sure.
guess I know in my head that my dogs are getting to that water sometimes, but we really fight with that one.
We do, and I think we're pretty close to winning that battle. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. But yeah, that's kind of a big deal.
Now that we've mentioned it on the podcast,
Yes.
I'm going to go home and it's going to be down.
Right. Yeah. They're gonna be like, "Oh, my ears are itching. I have this weird inkling to chew on a hose."
Actually, we did leave the old hose out in the yard.
Yeah, as a deterrent.
Yeah, I thought, if that's what they want, I'm going to leave it.
Yeah, let them have it.
And you know what?
What?
I've only seen them play with it one time.
Those dogs.
Yeah,
It's like, what if you tell them no, they're like, they want it.
Yeah.
And as soon as, go ahead and have it, then it's not that fun anyway. I don't want it.
Yesterday news.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, I'm close to putting that in the garbage, but I mean, if they'd play with that instead of taking the one from the sump pump, that'd be great.
That would be so nice. Yeah.
But anyhow, so that's another thing that we need to be thinking on when we're thinking about yard safety. So it's not just tools, it's not just us doing the yard work, it's general yard safety for your pets.
Yeah.
So, like we always say, make sure to check with your vet or professionals in your area. Do your research, if it's lawn care, you might be able to get a hold of some landscapers, ask them some questions.
Yeah.
Just do your research and always check with your vet if you have concerns.
Always. And again, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and email us at realtalkdogtalk@yahoo.com. Hit that follow button and comment.
Follow.
Do it.
Thank you for joining us, and we hope that you will be here for our next episode.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.